Hello, 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 and welcome to another beautiful tournament in the Illuvium arena. This one is hosted yet again by Illuvium, it's hosted by Phantom, sponsored by Illuvium. Illuvium has provided the prize pool, and we threw together a nice tournament. We are now in the final round. We are now at the final. We have arrived with the final 8 right here. I'm gonna show them to you in a second. We're also gonna start in a second, so all these players seem to be ready, and we're gonna jump into the first game. So welcome everybody. For anyone who doesn't know it, Illuvium right now, everybody here is playing a fully free-to-play game, very much inspired by other auto battlers, and we have made our own little auto battler with a lot of different things that you haven't seen in other auto battlers. And this is the final 8 of the big Phantom Gauntlet Clash tournament, number 12. 60 LV are on the line. We can see right here the scoreboard. But let's close the sheet because we are jumping in it. There we go. We should be alright. Just need to focus this little bit and we should be good. So there is a spectator mode coming to Illuvium very, very soon. So this might be one of the last tournaments where we still have to watch through Discord. So just keep that in mind, everyone. We are gonna try to watch the players that have the best connection, that have the best stream, but it's not gonna be crispy clean like it usually is in-game. This is one of the highlights for me every time I log into Illuvium. We just have the best graphics out there, man. Not many Web 2 AAA studios can hold their ground against our graphics, especially if you go into the best mode, like Hyper. And you zoom in and really look at the details, like every hair strand, the pupils, the eyes of the Illuviums. Like you can really go in there, and it's almost too much, right? You need a pretty good computer for it, but we have done a lot of good, or the team has done a great job in optimizing the game, and I think it runs on like 5-year-old graphic cards and more. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly lowering the quality, the graphics a little bit, just so it's more accessible for people around the world. Also, the Illuvium team right now is working on a mobile version of the game, which will open this game up to really the whole world, because everybody these days has a good smartphone. So it will definitely open us up to the more, I would say, Asian market, which is huge in the Web3 space. So yeah, I can't wait for that. I think all the Illuvials in the game have been already redesigned in a way that they can be implemented into the mobile game. There's just other things like game design and stuff like this, and UI and whatever that still needs to go into this. But hey, fingers crossed. Hopefully this year we're going to be able to play this game on mobile, which I'm really much looking forward to. By the way, welcome everybody tuning in through Twitter. Also welcome the people tuning in through YouTube and Twitch. We are multi-streaming, so choose the platform of your liking. If you want to join the chat, feel free to hop over to YouTube. This is where I make my regular content. But if you want to stay over at X, that is totally fine. Alright, let's have a look at the game, because now the first few early rounds are over, the PvE rounds, and we're jumping into the PvP rounds. We are right now spectating Slicks right here. He has a little bit of a meme name activated because he isn't the biggest fan of our weekly resets. But I think he's still stuck in the past, because this has by now changed. I don't know if you have seen it, but the ranked rating has been reset, and we have introduced monthly resets. So there's no more weekly resets, I believe. There's only gonna be monthly hard resets, very similar to other games like Parallel, which is I like it. There's just, we need a bit of a bigger player base, and we can also make the games a little bit more impactful. A little bit of a side note here, Illuvium Arena is still in open beta, which means sometimes there's a little bug occurring, which means to keep the competitive integrity intact, we are giving players the possibility to restart if they encounter a game-breaking bug. Every player, I think, has 1 or 2 restarts, so usually it shouldn't take too long, but yeah. Sometimes there is a bug happening. It has gotten so much better, but of course, right here on the live stage in the grand finals, it happens. So we have a quick remake, which will help us give everybody a good chance. A lot of players already quit. I don't know if the message has arrived to all the contestants yet that we are in fact remaking. You didn't just get first and second place and everybody else went -99. No, guys, we are out and we're trying to read it. They're so locked in, our players. They don't even look to the scoreboard over here to realize everybody's out already. So we're gonna watch and see how long it takes. So yeah, this is a great tactic that we have right here. He went for Harbinger with Atlas. I think this is one of the most sought after units at the moment. And basically what you need for an early and mid game, there it is. For early and mid game dominance in Gauntlet, you need... Oh, double Rangers. I've never seen that in a end screen. That looks beautiful. The mustache as well, man. I have to rework my Ranger. This guy looks fabulous. Alright, hopefully we're gonna be able to get our first game of the finals here on the run. And while we do that, I want to tell you a little bit more about the format that we are playing today, because this is gonna be a checkmate format. I'm gonna explain you in a second how that works. So basically, our check point is at 8 points. And if you win a game, you get 8 points. If you're second, you get 7. If you're third, you get 6, and so on. Last place gets 1 point. So if you win this first game, you get 8 points. The check is at 8 points. So only the winner of the first game is gonna be in check position. What does that mean? If you are in check position, you only need to win one more game to win the tournament. So the fastest way that this tournament is gonna be won is gonna be by one person winning 2 games in a row. Which, if you are with the best 7 other players or some of the best players in the world in Illuvium in one lobby, and you're pulling off 2 wins in a row in the grand finals, by all means, please take the win, take the money, and we'll all go home earlier. But if that doesn't happen, in the third game, there's a lot of people with 8 points or more, so there's a lot of people in check position, and if anyone with the check position wins, they take home the win. If that doesn't happen after the third game, however, we're gonna count the points and see whoever has the most points wins the finals. So this is a checkmate, 8-point checkmate format with a maximum of 3 games, at which point we're just gonna cut it and see who performed the best in these finals. I hope this was very clear. Please feel free to ask any questions about the format, about the game. I'm always very happy to answer and very happy to help you. And it seems like we're starting with, hopefully, no more remakes, no more redos, and we're gonna get into it right here, right now. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more through what Slicks right here, one of the best players in Illuvium, definitely the favorite in tournaments, is gonna be doing right here. So we are playing on Abyssal Basin. This is a random region that happens and everybody is in Abyssal Basin, which means everybody has 3 emblems right here. He has 1 fighter and 2 empath emblems, which is kind of the random factor every game has. And now, for example, Slicks right here has to play around the empaths and the fighters. I think empaths and fighters, super lucky here that he got that. Because it's so easy to activate fighters with just 2 fighters. It's so easy. You're always gonna play some empaths. So you're usually gonna have 2 empaths anyway. With 2 more emblems, you get 4 empaths. So those are augments and emblems that are naturally gonna tie in to 6 out of 10 different compositions that usually are getting played right now. So definitely very lucky right there. We're gonna see who else has a good stream quality and who else got lucky on the 3 bonus starting emblems. We see here the Doka with Scion, Fire. And we got Scion, Fire, and Rogue. And to be honest, you just gotta get a little bit creative with it. Like, even this is very good. You can use the Fighter, your Rogue emblem, to make this Flish jump into the backline, protect it from the enemy rogues. You know, you just bring one other Scion in with this Scion emblem. You have 2 Scions activated, giving your team Omega power. So definitely, there is, like, usually you're gonna have a good time no matter which emblems you get. We see also here from Lemko, for example, he found Bulwark, and then Fire. So double Bulwark is super lucky because now he can easily build 5 Bulwarks, which is one of the best basic class thresholds there is. And yeah, he's taking down Whitey right here. And Lemko gonna stay on top. We're gonna follow someone with a win streak. I do prefer to follow Slicks because he has really good string quality, so you love to see it. A little bit of a lag spike here and there, but at least the quality is really good. So let's see, he has Nature Rogue, Nature Scion, and what was the other one? Rogue Earth. So not what he would usually play. I've been playing a lot versus Slicks on the ranked ladder. So usually he either goes for Harbingers with a water weapon like Water Bulwark or Water Scion, or he likes to go for the like everyone, I feel like, likes to go for the Earth Bulwark, which is also very strong, 7 Earth with the Bulwark. And even if you don't go for 7 Earth, you're gonna have a good time with the Bulwark Earth weapon. But right here he decides to go with the Nature Rogue weapon, which is a very strong one, and we're gonna see what build he pulls out of his head in this game. I do think it's gonna be something like maybe Vanguard, maybe Frost, you know, maybe Malura, maybe going into Bloom with the Foros, kind of a different variation of the very classic fighter build around Foros. Alright, first big drone augment coming in. We got lightning speed, more attack speed, more movement speed. We got psionic barrier, which is usually good. Now we got energizer, more casts. In the end, that was too fast for me, but we're gonna see it in a second. So, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the early and mid game comes down to you being able to find a composite ranger bonding. So for example, right now it is Revenant, but there is no other Revenant, but he's gonna try to find something as fast as possible. For example, you could easily get Berserker with just a Monk here. Monk here, stage 2. You can easily get Harbinger with an Axon. You can easily get Aegis, for example, with an Arcos. And all of these very fast composite synergies that the Ranger can bond to in the early game will help you a lot with your win streak. Slick stays on the win streak, finds 2 more Lynxes. Let's see if he goes for the stage 3 Lynx. It's also a bit tempting because you also lock 4 gold onto your bench, which then means he's down to 16 gold and he's not going to get 2 gold income, which he desperately needs. He needs to build up his bank, he needs to build up his economy, so I don't think he's going to go for it. Maybe buys an Atlas and sells one of the rogues. We see a little bit of a reposition coming in here versus Whitey's rogues. So all of Whitey's units are going to land in the backline. Those are all rogues. So we can see his Bulwark, his tankiest unit, is in the backline. And his empaths are protected. He's going to play the double links. Actually pushes for the board strength and gives up the 2 income. Goes down to 1 income. Which makes a lot of sense because he's on a win streak. He wants to sustain this win streak, and it seems like he's gonna do that. He wasn't sure if he could do it without level 5 and putting another Arcane Lynx in there. So it is in fact an Arcane Lynx. I said that wrong earlier, I think. It's not an empath. And Arcane Lynx is very much hit or miss. If it hits, it does a hell of a lot of damage. If it misses, well, it misses. So we have already 2 stage 2 Lynxes here for Slicks. That is gonna look very, very promising. If you can get a stage 3 Lynx early on into any game, any Lynx, you're gonna have a really good time. Those are usually super, super high in power level because they don't have composite synergies. So they make up for that with raw strength, raw power. And this really shows in the early game. I've been chewing on a chewing gum. I gotta get rid of that. That's not something you want to have in your mouth while casting. I've tried to keep it up there, but it's bothering me too much. All right, back to the game. We are here in the carousel, which means the lowest people on health, lowest player on health, are the ones who can choose first and can pick their preferred augment or unit. If you're lucky, your preferred unit has your preferred augment on it. And sometimes you just find that perfect augment or that perfect unit that you just needed. So this can be a very, very happy moment here on the carousel. Oftentimes also somebody takes away what you needed. So usually I try to keep my expectations low, especially if I am on a win streak right here and I'm gonna choose last. Usually the good stuff is gonna be gone. But we see some support augments right here and some brawler augments. So those are both the defensive orange one plus the purple energy one, I believe. Or are they? They might actually be defensive. No, they are red plus orange. So defensive plus attack. And then you get these brawler augments that are giving you a little bit of attack damage and some really nice things. For example, this one burns and poisons units around you. So this is a little bit of an anti-heal mechanic. And this one you're gonna drop aggro. And this one as well. So maybe we're not gonna see it. But on both of his links, there is the augment where at 50% you get untargetable and you drop all the aggro. Which just, you know, if you put that on your main carry gets focused. It might die. No, it doesn't. So this is a really good performing augment all around. And gives you a little bit more consistency. There's not so many shenanigans happening if you got these augments on your important units. Making sure they don't accidentally die because you positioned wrong or not as good as your opponent. Welcome again, everybody tuning in for Twitter. Love to see it. We have 400 eyes on the prize right now, and the prize is big. We got 60 LV on the line for the contestants here in the Phantom Clash Tournament number 12, hosted by Phantom, our lovely guild in Illuvium, and sponsored by Illuvium. Illuvium has been doing a great job with their community tournaments and really empowering the community to host tournaments. We have a strong grassroots scene already, and you love to see it. Here, Slicks, our usual favorite in this tournament, is doing well in this one as well. He is on a win streak with 5 wins on the line, but he's playing versus Wolverine, who has the same win streak. Both are on 100 HP, so it's gonna be a close one. It's gonna come down to the last 3 units here, but it seems like those Lynxes are gonna cast now one more time. It's gonna be a close one because this Lynx has to kill 2 units, but it has all the augments going for itself. So next cast is most likely, very likely, gonna take down this Caradulo. Oh no, it's too tanky. And I think that's it for Slicks right here. Wolverine is gonna take him down, will stay on his win streak, and Slicks loses his win streak right here. But it's not the end of the world for him because he's still on 50 gold, so he has decent economy going for him. Definitely a great moment. You always love to see it. Everybody else in the lobby also loves to see it. Loves to see the top contenders, the win streakers, going up against each other and one of them losing the win streak. Alright, I guess that means we're gonna swap over to Wolverine and see how he does it. How do you do it? What we got in here? I mean, a big win condition here was the Bulwarks. Interesting health bar. What is happening here? I've never seen that before. Is that on purpose or is it maybe a bug? Because, again, reminder, we are still in open beta. There is still one or the other bug popping up sometimes. And even in a fully released live game, there is bugs coming up. So, if I talk about the bugs, please don't worry too much about it. And it almost looked like Wolverine was going to be taken down here. I really like the small health bars. Maybe it's a bit too tiny, but it's okay, I think. I just prefer that you see more of the units, more of the board. So I gotta ask Wolverine how he gets the small health bars. And if that is something I could do as well. I would love to do that. Alright, we're gonna stay with Wolverine a little bit because Obviously, the team has been doing a great job with listening to the community feedback. But sometimes feedback is a little bit biased, right? There's a lot of people saying, oh, it's great that you see the health bars so good, and others saying, oh, it's too cluttered. I don't know what's going on. So this is a very good showcase. This is just like, well, that's how it looks like with smaller health bars. Do you like it? I think I like it. Because, yeah, the augments are very small, but you can still, like, if I can still see them, if you know them. And if not, you just right-click and you zoom in. You see, like, the whole profile of the unit. And it seems like I just see so much more that's going on. Let's watch now in the fight. Because before it was kind of like this drone here. Just huge health bars blocking. We can check out another player to compare it in a second. But look at that. I see all of the units. This is beautiful. I gotta send this to the game designers and let them know how nice it looks with small health bars. This is a lovely bug that we encountered. It's not a bug. It's a feature, actually. I wonder if Wolverine is happy or sad about it. Right, let's swap over to someone else real quick. Also because we don't have sound here. Maybe let's see how Hoshi is doing. That looks not too bad. What is he playing? He's playing the 6 rogues. 2 revenants already activated right here. 2 empaths, 1 bulwark, 1 predator. That's probably on the... yeah, on the Chuku right here. What's the ranger? Oh, the ranger is revenant. Okay, so another revenant is coming in with the Verminio. I'm looking for someone with game sound. I can't find them yet. Again, we're very close to spectator mode, so this might be one of the last tournaments that we're actually watching through the Discord. This looks good. Let's stay a little bit here with Furies. Currently bottom of the lobby. 47 health. 8-game losing streak. This guy got some serious money. Light fire, super strong augment, especially with the 5 bulwarks that he goes for. It just applies poison and burn to everyone around you, but a stronger version of it. So it just does tons of damage if your tank with this just stays in the middle of everyone. That's why he gives it to his Harbinger. And we are bonding with the Ranger to also make the Ranger a Harbinger. Now activating Harbinger for the Ranger and the Axon. Love to see it. One of my favorite synergies to play, because usually you can make it happen. Usually you're able to find an Axon, even though it has been contested even more these days. And then you get this composite synergy that I've been talking about very early in the game, which gives you a great power spike early in the game. That's what it's all about. A little bit of a push here. I guess he wants to stop losing now that he's below 50 HP. And I think he has a good chance here. Just the setup with the 5 bulwarks, with the corner positioning, double Harbinger, really good augments. Don't think there will be much going wrong for him. And yeah, very, very well played by Furies right here. Pulling off an 8-game lose streak and hopefully stabilizing now. So now he stopped his lose streak, stopped the gold income that he gets from the lose streak. But now it's very, very important that he keeps on winning. Now he wants to build on a win streak and stop losing HP. So he has to go low in his economy, push his money onto the board, and really focus on not losing any more HP. Because your mastery points, your gold, your credits, that's one resource, but your HP, your health points are also one resource. So now that he's low on HP, he has to use his credits right here to preserve them. We get a little rebond onto the Squiz. And Furies is looking good. We're gonna watch one more game if he can make the stabilization happen, if he can now win another game and not dip back into the lose streak, which would be the worst case. There is a lot of stuff going on. You want to have this Axon on the outside. Right now it's getting blocked. But it can probably exit through the front. Yeah, it's fully blocked right now. And the app is going to be suicide. Which can be alright. It's not a big deal to lose the app right here. App is mainly providing the double empath and the 6 water. And he gets a heal out, which is huge. But you can see this, Axon is blocked in, which is not bad. He comes out now, and since this is the guy with the best augments, with the best energy, you don't want to sacrifice him, right? You want to take the heat off of him a little bit by sacrificing other units, and now he can be the hero, and now Axon can shine, because there's not enough damage in the enemy team anymore to take him down. And he's just gonna slowly whittle away the enemy team. Stage 3 Arcane Links casting at him didn't even do damage. Like, this Axon is gonna be a beast. And I think Furious is also gonna look for a third Harbinger, buffing him even more with the big mammoth tier 4 stage 3. That is it for now with Furious. Big shout out to him for making the 8-game lose streak happen into a win streak. This is one of the best ways, if not the best way, to get a huge economy going. Because you can guarantee a lose streak so much easier than a win streak. Is that me? Seems like my Discord is lagging. But my stream should still be fine. This is a little bit scary. I hope you guys are still with me. We're gonna give it a second. Hey, I will take a Discord lag over an OBS lag any day of the week. Oh, we're back. Didn't have to kill the process, alright. Let's swap over to the one guy who made something. Oh no, I might have to restart Discord. Sorry for the technical issues, everyone. Should be back in a second. We should be back in a second. I mean, we are back. I just don't trust it yet. And we are back with Wolverine, with the small elf bars. Every time I tune into this, it looks super weird, but I love to see it. And it seems like Whitey with the rogue might be taking him down, and in fact is gonna take down the win streak of Wolverine, which just came in the perfect timing, with the leader of this assault being the Rake right here, with... Yeah, now it gets hard. At least there's the Veltrox legendary augment, and we see the crit, the standard rogue augment right here. I can't see what's in the middle. But I'd rather take some uncertainty around augments over having cluttered health boxes any day of the week. Alright, just when we tune in. Sad to see. Well, actually, it's very happy to see for everyone else, because Wolverine was going a little bit crazy. What was that? Like a 13 game or a 12 game win streak? That is nuts. And that's why he also has 70 gold, is level 7, and is looking overall really good. The damage has been done. You cannot take this economy away from Wolverine again, and he's definitely gonna be a favorite in this match. Another favorite, someone you can never count out, is Slicks right here that he's playing against. And he's playing against Ramphy, the Penguin. So we have some rogues, actually a lot of rogues, and also the stage 3 Lynx right here that came in. Also became a rogue in the end. So it's a little bit of everything. It doesn't seem like Slicks is like super committed to anything, or has... It seems like he's just playing what he gets, but there is not really a good composition that I can see yet. He's also... I guess he's just going for the rogues, but I don't know. He's contested by another player, and I don't think he really has the economy to pull off a Ramfire and then Monarch, but we will see about that. Let's actually follow along a little bit, because this stream quality is almost like in-game quality. You love to see it. And I also like following along one player more, because then you can really, you know, understand a little bit more the moves and can really learn from their plays and their stuff that they're doing. Especially if it is Slicks, one of our best, if not the best player currently in Illuvium. So big shout out to anyone who is a, for example, Master, Grandmaster, Challenger player in TFT. Please come into Illuvium and give Slick some competition. He has been winning too many tournaments. And Slicks is a good friend of mine, but I still want someone to challenge him. I want someone to take him down. Make him sweat a little bit. This guy has been dry for too long. Alright, what we got here? We got really good augments. Or is that a Vanguard augment? Yes. So our ramp fight right here has Vanguard. The legendary... I would love the name right here, but it just gives you Omnivamp and more attack damage. So very good, very nice self-heal from the ramp fight. One cast is gonna heal it to full health again. And then we also have the one that drops aggro. So overall, not really the cast augments that you would usually see on a ramp fight, but still very, very good augments for the ramp fight. And we have 4 rogues, 3 empaths, 2 phantoms, 1 bulwark. So the range is the phantom, giving ramp fight the chance to crit on his ability, but he didn't do it here, and he's getting annihilated by Lemko. Ramp fight, 1 more cast, can't quite finish it. And he got absolutely destroyed by Lemko, now down to 30 health, which means he's already on 0 gold and he's losing games. So it is looking really, really bad for our tournament favorite Slicks right here. Other than that, I still wanna follow him along. Let's see how he digs himself out of this, because like I said, you can never count him out. He does get 4 empaths right here with an Adorius, with a Ramfight, with Phantom, with a Goliath. He has very strong units on the board. They just don't connect as good as they would usually do, but I don't know, it must be worth something, right? One problem right here is also, whoop, there it's back, it's here. The Ranger being Phantom doesn't really help, because I think, yes, this Ranger weapon has no active ability. It's passive, which means Phantom usually makes your ability crit, but the Ranger doesn't have an ability, so it's completely useless on him. The only thing it does gives this Ram fight the Phantom trait, which is a big win condition for him. Alright, 1 more cast is needed right here for this Ram fight. It's gonna go up in the same time as the other one. Who will cast first? Ramfight gets himself a nice big heal in, but that's the thing, right? You always want to prefer damage on Ramfight over sustain, because it's all about just one-shotting the whole enemy team. Sure, sustain is good, but as a second trait. You don't really need sustain until you have enough damage on the Ramfight to actually one-shot and do a lot of damage to all those enemy units. Also, it's missing a lot of crit chance, because it's only 4 rogues, which means it's less likely that its ability will crit. So without caster augments, without Omega power augments, and without more crit chance, Ramfight is having a really tough time right here. And yeah, this Ramfight is looking more like a brawler build, which just doesn't work out as well with the rogue. I guess that's why there's also Scions and Empaths and Bulwarks in here. So yeah, sometimes games like this happen and you gotta make it happen and see what you can pull out of your hat, even though... Alright, we are back, and yes, it is looking tough. I'm not gonna dive too much into this. Why it doesn't work, I think it's pretty obvious. But sometimes it does look nice on paper, right? It's kind of weird to not see this perform a little bit better. And this is crazy. Slicks underperforming. Maybe it's not Slicks. Maybe somebody else took his meme name. Alright, I got water delivery. I was dying of thirst here. I'm perched. Parched? Something like that. Alright, last chance here from the Ram fight. It goes up in the air, doesn't hit anything. And I think that's gonna be it for Slicks right here, right now. Kicked out by Furies. Maybe in last place. Let's see how Sota performs. One more cast from the Ram fight. It's not gonna even heal anything. That is crazy to me. The Augment's really underperforming. And there we go. Slicks kicked out in last place. I've never seen that before. Your absolute tournament favorite. This is great for everyone else. Everyone else is very happy right now because their biggest competition just got last place, which made this tournament even more interesting. I'm sorry to say it. Again, Slicks, great guy, but I'm always going to be rooting for the underdog. So I love when the favorite is getting a hit to the dome. Don't count him out yet, but he might have to come back with 2 wins in a row to win this tournament. Well, if he gets 2 wins in a row, he could still turn it around. But that's, I think, the only chance for him to win this tournament at this point. Or maybe a first and a second place. But hey, these guys aren't sleeping. These are some of the best players in the game. New player got knocked out as well. And, well, I did expect that from a new player, but we got Sota holding on to his bare last few HPs. 4 HP left on Sota, but he is on a little win streak. 2 wins in a row right here. He's playing 5 Bulwarks, 4 Scions, and 2 Invokers. Very classic build. Oh my freaking god. That is amazing. I got a little bit of a food delivery as well. I'm very, very blessed and very lucky, but I will wait to eat it until our first game is over. I will eat it in the ad break. And we have a little bit of a PvE round here, so we have a few minutes to relax. Let's check out some builds. What is Taxon playing? One of the best leaderboard players. He's always up there in the top 5, as far as I can tell. He's going for the 7 Earth and the 3 Mud. Very classic build. Very good legendary augments. Hard choice. Veltrox used to be the go-to, and it still is for many players. It's just such a solid build, especially onto a slash-in. This is going to be a huge win condition right here for Texan. He's going to put all the best augments on the slash-in. He doesn't have anything to go with it, to be honest. He doesn't have Frost or... he has Vanguard activated with his Ranger. So he does have Vanguard with the slash, and he does have a lot of other good rogues as well to support him. He has the triple Mud. He is looking great right here. I don't think... Whitey with the rogues. Whitey found an Umber though, which is a huge win condition as well, but big positioning right there from Texan, putting the Goliath onto the Umber. Goliath is able to get 1 cast out, stunning a lot of units, but this Umber will be unstoppable. It also has a little bit of lifesteal, so yep, look at that. Oh my god, that was so much damage. Those legendary augments are crazy. This one gives you Omega power based on your attack damage, which Umber has a lot. This one gives you attack speed and piercing. So yeah, let's check over... Who was that? Whitey? Yes, here we are. Look at that. 8 rogues, 3 revenants, empath, dust, air, water, fire, earth. And it's all about this Umber. It also seems like he wants to find a slash-in, which is going to be easier now that Texan, he kicked out Texan. And nobody is contesting that slash-in anymore. Whitey is going to go up versus Wolverine here. First place versus second place. Which is gonna get spicy. But I just don't see anyone standing in the way of Umber. That's a huge win condition. And I'm gonna go over its augments in a second, but look at that. 1 cast takes 4 units or 3 units down to 20 HP. Wait, we're gonna see it very soon. 1. Doom, 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 doom. 3 units dead. And he's healed full again as well. Wow. That is a crazy augment combination for an Umber. If he can get something like... Well, he can't probably get Steam going. He's looking for a Slayer, but that's also not happening. But even Umber without Slayer, without Steam activated, just the 7 Rogue and the 2 Water is absolutely going bananas. So Veltrox right here gives you 40%, I think it is. Ooh, there he goes. Finding the Gazotep as well. Finding another dust. Love to see it. So this one gives you 40% attack speed and 40% piercing. Enemy resistance piercing, which is huge. could be 30%. I think it was nerfed either from 50 to 40 or from 40 to 30. Where's my analysts? Then we also have this one, which every auto attack you get 10 energy extra and you get extra Omega power based on your attack damage, which Umber has a lot of. So this is just overall such a big boost and a little bit overpowered. This needs a nerf. This is also overperforming on stuff like Ryplans and so on. And then we have this one, which just increases your attack speed every time you cast. So he has that stacking effect. He has very much damage from the get-go. And he has so many fast casts. It's just not fair. Big Ramfight Omega almost taking down the Umber. Able to hold on though. And able to push it further. Whitey here got a stage 3 stacking attack damage and Omnivamp augmented. Wait. It was taken down. Oh my god, Lemko able to break Whitey apart. Able to break Whitey's Umber. Which I didn't expect at this point. I was glazing this Umber like crazy. Let's swap over to Lemko and see how he's doing. Alright, a little bit of a worse stream quality here. But a little bit of a better team, it seems. Rolling for his last stage 3 units. He does have 2 ramp fights in there. And at least 1 Ramphy on the bench. So he's getting very close to the ramp fight. He has the Monarch. And then topping those 2 Inferno and Phantom units off, he's just going full Bulwark, 5 Bulwark, 3 Aegis. Buffing up that Monarch with the Aegis around him. That is one hell of a crazy build. And everything is stage 3. We got the Blotto here, one of the strongest tanks in the game. We got the Arcalion. And yeah, Umber again low. He's fighting now the Geist. The Geist. The Ghost of Texan. Look at that self-heal every time the Umber casts. So maybe he's not gonna be able to repeat himself. Because every time he gets a cast out, he heals full. So you basically have to one-shot that Umber. Or stun it and take it down. But yeah, that stacking Omnivamp plus attack damage drone augment that Texan has going is really doing work in combination with these Umber augments and this Umber unit. So, Fury Set made it to 4th place. Texan is 5th. Sota 6th. New player 7th. Slicks right here is in 8th. And then we have Wolverine, Lemko, and Whitey in that order, still fighting for the top 3 spots. And this first game is as important as the last game because it decides if you're gonna get into check position. If you win right here, you are the only person who can win the game, win the tournament in the next game. If you lock in 2 wins back to back, you're gonna win the tournament. Otherwise, it goes to a game 3 and then a round, and then everybody has a shot at winning the tournament. But there we go. He found his Rampfire. Let's see if that's gonna be the coffin, the last nail in the coffin for his enemies. Also, Opa, didn't want to do that. I have to do some organizational work real quick, so give me a minute. And you guys just can watch what's happening while I'll check some stuff with our contenders. We have something that we need to change. All right, I'm back. I did some organizational stuff and we should be able to finish this commentation here in the final 2. Maybe not the best time, but we had to do it. Just trust me on this one. So, YT just got knocked out in 3rd place. We have Lemko versus Wolverine, 23 health versus 37 health. And if you're asking me, I'm gonna put my money on Lemko. He has almost everything on his board is stage 3 and definitely the most important units. We have a Blotto, a Gnarl, and an Archelion. So super tanky. We have a Adorado to heal a lot. We have a Rampfire to one-shot everything, paired with a Monarch, giving both of these units Phantom and Inferno. We have an Inferno Ranger as well. We have 3 Aegis with the Ranger as well. And this is looking deadly. Not the best cameraman right here. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. Monarch is just never gonna die. And here we have a Phosphorus on the side of Wolverine, but doesn't stand a chance against a Rampfire cast. So now Wolverine is down to 16 health. Both players down to their last life. And this is gonna be the final game, the final match in the first game right here in the grand finals of the Phantom tournament. Right here, right now. Let's see. Are there any changes happening? Any roll downs? What you should mostly focus and what our players should mostly focus about is positioning. Usually, if you find one more stage 3 unit, that's not gonna outperform the right positioning that you need. I think Lemko here is pretty confident in his positioning. We see a lot of changes from Wolverine. He's pulling his main damage dealers to the front, to the Blotto. So it seems like he wants to knock out the Blotto early on in the round. Also, his Shoton is split, so he doesn't focus the same as the Phosphorus. Phosphorus is being targeted by the Rampfire. And is gonna go down right here with the Rampfire cast, but it was unwoundable. They cannot take down the Blotto. Finally it does. Switches now over to the Ramp fight. And dodges the Ramp fight cast. Phosphorus is gaming right here. And it's almost enough with the help of Slashing to take down Lemko. But in the end, Lemko will succeed and will take home the first win of the first match in the grand finals right here. We're gonna give our players a few moments, 2-3 minutes to go to the toilet, set up the new lobby, and then we're gonna be right back, everybody. Enjoy some old Illuvium trailers. That's all we have for our ad break because Illuvium is sponsoring. And yeah, see you in 2-3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there.
Come with me,
Illuvium was always more than a dream.
and you'll be
It was our calling.
in a world of pure imagination.
If only they knew the truth.
Scans indicate a dead planet.
But I can feel it. This is Illuvium.
Find me, child,
Activate scouting vessel.
and show our people who you truly are.
She won't decide our fate.
Forgot to charge again, huh? He only just landed.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
We'll find her soon. There's no way off this island.
All we do is blindly follow orders. I need to know how this ends.
Enter a universe of games. Mine and harvest resources that power your journey. Customize your unique ranger. Explore vast regions. Discover countless mysteries, rich lore, and complete your missions. Join the hunt for rare creatures. Gather vital resources to repair your ship and ensure your survival. Capture over 200 unique Illuvials. Craft weapons and armor, fuse your units, and build an unstoppable team. Enter the arena. Challenge fellow Rangers in epic battles. Prove yourself in Gauntlet, an 8-player battle royale. Climb the ranks and claim your glory. 3 games, 1 universe. This is Illuvium.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those Illuvium trailers. They always give me this goosebump feeling that I only really had in my life from all the Warcraft trailers, starting with Warcraft 3. And obviously all the World of Warcraft trailers after that. Really good stuff. Let's put on some music while we wait for the last few players to come back. And we're gonna start game number 2 of the Grand Finals right here. 2 out of 3. After this, we're gonna have one final game, the 3rd game. If there's one way, there is one little possibility that we're only gonna have 2 games. But 90%, 99% sure we're gonna have one more game after this, and then we're gonna call it a day and crown our big champion. Let's see what the holdup is. There we go. Alright, quickly want to show you the sheet, by the way, the scores. We have Lemko in first with 8 points in the finals, which means he's in check, which means he can win if he wins. And then after this we have Wolverine in second, Whitey with 6 points, Furies, Texan, Sota, Hoshi is new player, and Slicks is Weekly Reset Suck. They're both stuck on these names, those meme names. for 30 days because it used to be 24-hour cooldown for the name rename, and now it's 30 days. So they're stuck on their meme names. It is what it is. We are back in the finals right here, and you love to see it. It is Tiger Boreal. Well, actually, this is one of my least favorite ones, but it's alright. All those regions are decent. They're not too bad. I think this one lets you reroll more augments. So it's really it doesn't have too much impact on the game. My favorite one actually is Brightland Steppes, where you have 130 HP instead of 100. Because I sometimes feel like we would need a little bit more time. Many people are happy that we cut timers down and we are way faster than TFT, for example. But if I play a game, I don't mind if it's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I want to have the best experience, however long it lasts, right? And I think maybe we went a little bit too short, but hey. That's something that we can always discuss in the Illuvium Discord, in the DAO Discord, where anything goes, and anything that the community comes up with that they want to have changed, they can write a proposal about. If you say, hey, we want a spider Illuvial, a spider monster, write a proposal, and this actually has been done before. It has been approved by the council, and it will be implemented with the next set of Illuvials. We're gonna have a spider Illuvial, because actually our CEO has an arachnophobia, so it was not planned, and he hoped nobody would notice, but the community noticed. The community liked their spiders, so the proposal overrules our CEO, and we're gonna get a spider Illuvial in the second set of Illuvials. And that's just a showcase on how the DAO works and how the community and more explicitly the holders of the tokens have the power in this decentralized autonomous organization. Denis Borisevich in chat types LV to the moon. Yes, sir. Hashtag Illuvium for life. There we go. You see it in the back. I'm locked into this game for life. As long as the servers are up, I'm gonna be rolling and rocking with Illuvium. And then we also have Surfer Dude in the chat. What up, my man? Enjoying the waves. I'm right now in Austria, so the only thing we right now have here is river waves, which river surfing is a lot of fun. I'm getting my shortboarding on. And we also have Fox Oracle in the chat. That was the one with the hashtag Illuvium for life. This guy is also locked in. We need a spider that shoots webs. Yeah, it's such a low-hanging fruit game design-wise. Yeah, so Tiger Boreal was right. You can reroll 2 times, which is one of the nicer ones as well. It just like gives an extra feature. It doesn't limit your gameplay so much. Thank you for the food. That was absolutely amazing. I think it was the best taco I've eaten in my life. Yeah, but the next food break would be in 40 minutes, so maybe I'll just eat after. Or if you want to bring me some more in 40 minutes, I'd be very down. Doesn't matter too much. Best tacos for real that I've ever eaten. Alright, who are we following right here? We have Weekly Reset Sucks, aka Slicks right here. By the way, I guess his silent or loud protest, his peaceful protest by renaming his account has worked. Because also this has been changed. We used to have weekly soft resets just a week ago. And now we have monthly hard resets. I think the underlying issue right now is that we focus too much on the grind of the game. So whoever puts in the most time has a big advantage, compared to we focus enough on the skill. And what I mean by that is, if you win a game and then you win another game and you have a really good win rate, for example, you should jump a lot in rating. You should go from 1,200, you win a game 1,300, you win a game 1,500. And if you lose 2 in a row, the opposite should happen. And what that does is you are gonna arrive at your rating that represents your skill faster. So the problem we have right now is you win a game, you get 20 points. So you need to win 10 games and you need to play 100 games if you're a 2000 rating player to finally arrive at the 2000 rating. And that is really bad. So I think the main problem that we have right now, we're focusing too much on grinding and not enough on skill dependency in the rating, and all those games, and especially the placement games in the beginning should have a way bigger impact. It should be 10 placement games that really like jump you high up there or low down there to finally find the rating that represents your skill. You know what I mean. But anyway, weekly resets were not well received by the community, so Illuvium team went ahead and changed it. And this is what I also love about the project, that they are so extremely community close. They are in the chat. The game designers are in the chat every day. Shout out to Neil, shout out to Miko, and shout out also to Aaron and Kieran. And shout out to everyone, really. This list could go on and on. Everybody is such a crazy person, worth ethics-wise, and skill-wise, and experience-wise. Like, I get humbled every day in that Discord, and everybody's in there trying to make the game better and actively doing so, hand in hand with the community. You love to see it. And hey, I don't think we're many patches away from being better than TFT. Mic drop. Let me check something real quick. Check if everything is working. Yeah, those lag spikes might come from me. Because I keep exporting replays right here from the craziest moments of the tournament. All right, we are only on the carousel. Let's look at it. We have Slicks right here with a win streak. Just one win streak behind Texan and Sota, who are both on a 100-game win streak. And this time we have Wolverine on the bottom, which took it away last time. And I will stop hitting that download replay button, I swear. Alright, we are back, I think. We should be back in a bit. Let's read a little bit more of the chat. By the way, guys, we are multi-streaming. Thank you, everybody tuning in from Twitter. But note this, we are also streaming on YouTube, on Twitch. So if you want to have a more interactive experience, because Twitter, let's be real, it's a great platform, but it's not the best place for streaming. So if you want to come over to Twitter, to YouTube, or to Twitch, feel free. Boma says he's hoping things will turn around with the relaunch of the MMO Lite and Battle Pass, so people start spending that LV. Yeah, we are also in pretty much a bear market again, right? The bull market never really took off. So market conditions are also rough right now, which is also one of the reasons why all the gaming projects, even the Web2 gaming projects, everyone is having a tough time right now. There's many studios closing, and I'm for one are just very happy. I'm just very happy that we still have our runway for the next 1.5, 2 years. We have the team building, giving their best, and I believe as much as always still in this game. All right, I don't believe in my Discord right now. I think, again, sorry for the technical issues. I think we should be back just in a bit. Dennis is asking when Battle Pass. Should be coming very soon. And I know this is a bit of a vague answer. I don't have the exact time. But if I had to take a guess, I would say within the next 2 months. There's a lot of things coming in the next 2 months. I'm very excited. Sadly, I cannot leak. Yo, what is happening here? What are we doing here? I would like to restart it, but I don't know if it's gonna make a difference. At least this, am I still lag free and everything? It's just the Discord, right? You guys are seeing what I'm seeing, right? As long as the stream is still here, I'm happy. We can put on some tunes. We can jam a little bit. We can hang out together, and I can guarantee we're gonna be back without these technical difficulties in just a moment. I'm happy to restart it. It's always worth a try, right? Because I think this usually never happens, so... You know, the first thing when you call a service center is, have you tried restarting your computer? We cannot restart the computer, but we can definitely restart Discord and see how that's gonna affect everything. Didn't I just restart it? I just closed it completely and it's still there. And the lag is gone. Alright, whatever that was. I guess we fixed it. And we are reconnecting to Slicks in first position. After his loss, after his last place in the first game, he's motivated to come back, to walk, to play the game of shame. I don't know how to say it, but he's highly motivated to give it his everything, play the nastiest composition that gives him the best chance of winning this game. So I think we have a lot to learn from Slicks, from watching Slicks right here in the second game, after losing, after last placing his first game, which I've never seen before, I think. So I'm really excited what he's gonna pull out of his head, and we already see it. 7 Earth, 2 Granite, pushing for level 6, staying low on credits, and really making sure he stays on his win streak and has constantly the best board out there, the best units out there, and just constantly pushing for the most power spikes, the most strength on his board. He already got an Earth Stage 3 Rogue Lynx right here, which is just gonna be insane. This 7 Earth and Granite is already so strong on itself. Like, this Ranger can solo carry you, the Granite units can solo carry, everything is so good. But put on top of that a Stage 3 Earth Lynx. I call it right here, Slicks is gonna win for sure. No doubt. Alright, interesting here. Let's see the drone augment, because Fighter has an easy connect with the Monkey usually, but the Monkey is not out yet. But usually he's gonna bring in 1 or 2 Fighters, so Fighter is a safe pick. Second win is really good with Earth. I will pick this one. He's gonna reroll some more. Energizer, I don't like it too much, to be honest, especially not with Earth. With Earth, I like to pick anything that gives me more sustain. Heals, shields, stuff like this. So Omnivamp, this one. But Fighter, like I said, you're gonna have an easy time connecting this one. You're gonna play another Fighter. So it just gives you an overall consistent attack speed boost. So definitely a good choice right there. I'm also curious to see which Earth he's gonna end up going for, because it seems like he's gonna level up. Because usually what you do, or one way to do it, is play 7 Earth with Mud, which means you stay at level 5, you roll down for those 3 monkeys, try to get all the Earth and all the Mud units. But there's another approach where you focus on your Ranger with Granite, with Goliath, maybe get a Titan or get this Lynx here in this case, and just push for board dominance, a win streak, and high levels. He is rolling down though, so maybe he's just looking to see what he will get. There we go. He's finding some of these Mud units. He's gonna bring in the Fighter. Gonna redo the augments right there. Give the legendary augment to his most valuable unit, the Stage 3 Rogue Lynx. And now we have an Earth emblem sitting on the bench because he have found 7 great Earth units he doesn't need. He already has an Earth Ranger and the extra Lynx. So definitely he's gonna end up with more than 7 Earth units in this game, which is fine. Don't let your OCD trigger too easily when your top threshold is 7 Earth, but you get 8 or 9. It's okay. Those extra units just get the best buff in the game with 7 Earth being so strong, giving you so much sustain, especially in the early mid game. I think it's the best synergy in the early game because it's flat damage reduction. And in the early game, the units don't have so much damage yet, so sometimes the damage just gets nullified, which is pretty crazy. Right. Battle Pass is an MMO light thing, isn't it? Again, I'm not here to leak anything, so when I say you something, this is something that I don't really know for sure. And because I wouldn't leak anything, but I guess I open myself up to, like, you ask me something and then if I don't answer, it's confirmed because I'm not allowed to leak it. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is don't take my word for granted. Take it with a grain of salt. I have decent info on some things, but some things I don't know. And I don't know how exactly we will integrate the Battle Pass, but I think it's going to be more than just for the MMO Lite, and I think we're going to do it soon also for the Arena. I think there has been public discussion going on how we could do this with, like, you know, gatekeeping some features, like, what could it be, like tournaments, you need a Battle Pass to enter big tournaments, or rewards like ALV rewards. People don't really like that we're giving out so much ALV, right, when we need it ourselves for development, so those could be gate capped behind the Battle Pass as well. We could also swap over to fuel, I think has been a recent discussion, away from giving out ALV rewards, giving out fuel rewards, which monetary is the same, it's just illiquid and has to be spent in the game, which is really good for Illuvium, right? And it doesn't matter to the people who are gonna spend, like, who are in this ecosystem anyway to be in here. It's gonna be bad for extractors and people who are trying to make a lot of money with the game, but I don't know if we should cater to extractors or to this player base anyway. With a proper tournament scene, we can still satisfy, like, pro players who can make their living off of tournaments, for example, so it wouldn't have to be in there. But that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, I'm very sure that the Battle Pass is not just gonna be an MMO Lite thing. Why didn't I just say this thing? Why did I have to go into a full rant of my predictions and what could happen? I do think it's also gonna come for the Arena. Yes. Long story short. Alright, we are gonna follow Slicks along, by the way. I'm gonna also turn down the music. Sorry, it has been a little bit loud, I guess. Also, we can turn it down. We have the in-game music right here. And yeah, we're gonna follow Slicks along as long as he's win streaking. We're gonna try to figure out some of his secrets. Because even though he went last place in the last game, he's still the player to watch out for and still a high favorite. Even if after placing last place in the first game, he's still on the way to winning this tournament, I would say. Just from the experience, just from you're never able to count this guy out. He used to compete for TFT World Championship as well. I don't think he ever made it into the final stage, but he was... I don't know, I don't want to paraphrase. He was involved with, like, World Qualifiers and all of that stuff. And made it into Swiss stage and whatever, so definitely a very seasoned veteran in the esports, in the auto battler genre. And yeah, I still hope we get some other pros from TFT coming over to challenge his dominance. And this was a rough time. I don't know if you saw it, but his bench is full. He has now pretty much all of the units ready to be evolved, and he sold the TNT because he didn't think he could get to a C4, or maybe he doesn't value it as much. This is gonna be a tough one here. It's gonna be a super tough one. Big TNT cast taking a bunch of units down. Ooh, the Malura missing. Here comes the overtime. Is it gonna be enough? I think it is. Overtime doesn't ignore shields, so Slicks holding on So very, very close to his dear life, and in the end was able to take down Whitey. He has a stage 3 mud up on sitting here on the bench. What is he going for? He needs 16 gold for level 7, but he also wants to roll down and find this gorilla. But he's also out of gold, so he has to just push for level 7. Keep his health high. Keep his win streak going. Nothing else matters right now. His economy lies in his win streak. If he loses one more game, like if he loses right here, he's done. Well, he's not done, but he is looking grim for him because then he lost all his economy and doesn't have the win streak. But he was already so committed, so might as well go all in. Interesting. Oh my god, is he getting destroyed right here? Ranger still full HP, Link's still full HP. I think we should be fine. Those are by far his big units, and it's gonna take so much for his enemy to take him down, but that looked scary for a second. Link's able to keep it going, 10 gold. Next round is gonna be 20 already with this big win streak money. But he's looking good. Taylor's. Is a new town hall coming soon? I think so. It should be coming very soon. Oh my god. I keep saying the S word, but yes, soon. We want to schedule one with Kieran to talk about things that I cannot disclose right now. So yeah, there should be one coming up with Kieran soonish. And I think maybe also, don't quote me on this, but maybe also Trevor. Like, regarding the MMO development, because people have been loving those town halls. And it's always nice to see the developers and actually the game directors in this case coming in and talking about the game to the community, explaining their process and what they've been building on and so on. So I think this has been a priority since it has been so well received by the community, and we're gonna get more of that. So in the last game we can flick through a lot more other players, but I hope everybody agrees that after Slicks right here finished last place. I'll stop. Sorry, I'm memeing. I'm having a good time here. After this, he's trying really hard and he's on the way to winning this round, so I want to see how he does it. He's rolling down. He keeps his win streak by all means alive. All means possible and necessary. Now he has 2 big carries. Not only one anymore with the links, but now he's gonna rebond everything onto the forest, which doesn't have 7 earth, but it has 3 bloom right here. So we have a stacking mechanic that gives you more HP regen, and also damage. I think Omega power maybe? Not 100% sure, but it slowly but surely every 8 seconds I believe you get a big boost to your survivability mainly. So this is a really, really good augment right here. Really good composite synergies. And with those 3 augments, a force is just gonna do crazy stuff. And we see it right here. Versus the big enemy. Ranger, no problem, just bursting through it. Also getting that extra attack range. I don't know if you see it, but it can attack from here. Because the Ranger has an augment, or has a... I think it's the armor right here, the bodysuit, which buffs the closest 2 units to give them extra range and true sight. Which is crazy in this fighter, rogue, Aegis, empath build that Slicks came up with. He has been playing this for a few weeks now. It has been very successful with the Arcos, double Aegis with the Ranger. And this time not focusing on the Gorilla because he was not able to find the other mud units. Didn't find the Monk here and the Gorilla stage 3. But he was just focusing on other units instead. And now we have the Forest and the Lynx as our main carries. And maybe those happen later, but it doesn't seem like he really needs them. Will be very nice though to close out the game and finish it in the end. Alright, let's see what happens. Interesting choice. Arcos gets the fire emblem. I would have put it probably on this guy. Because Arcos is gonna die now. He is Earth, but look at that. He's just insta-dead. Don't really need to waste many augments on him. Forus is doing great. Because of this extra attack range, he stays out of trouble. But here comes Riptor. Forus drops the aggro, luckily for him. Otherwise, Riptor would have ripped through him. I'm saying ripped the right plants. But Riplands would have ripped through the Forest if it doesn't have the aggro drop at 50%, getting invulnerable. It's not invulnerable, you're just untargetable. So nobody attacks you anymore, and you just... anything that's on you will walk away. Which helps a lot with those hyper carries that are quite squishy like a Forest. The Monkier right here is the main tank in the front. Providing like at least 1, maybe 2 stuns before it falls down. With a lot of extra resistances from this augment. Forest here positioned in a way with the extra attack range that it will attack this guy right away. And will just shoot his Omega right in there. So the goal for Slicks right here is to have Twine stay in this area. So then the Forest Omega pierces through the Twine into the backline. And looks like this is gonna very, very likely be happening. So it's gonna not hit the 2 Synops, but it's gonna hit those 4 units. I don't know if you can see it, but now. Look at it. It's hitting 4 units at the same time, so perfect scenario for the Forest. And I think there's no chance for Solter right here. There's just too much damage coming from the Forest. And those lasers, they're not gonna cut it. Not gonna be enough. Not enough damage, not enough tankiness on Sota's side, and Sleeks with this win streak now going 14 games in a row is just too far ahead of the rest, and it's gonna be so hard for anyone to break his board. He still doesn't have a lot of economy. His only economy is really the win streak gold that he gets every round, which is enough as we can see. He's still on level 7 with 20 gold though, or with 20 credits. So other players might have like 70 gold and always slow rolling to find those stage 3 units. He's not out of it yet. What he's doing right here is a super good strategy to get into top 4 for sure. Maybe top 3, maybe top 2. But to win the game outright, it's a little bit tougher. Because you don't have the economy, all those credits that other players have. You don't have those 100 credits that you roll down to find all your stage 3 units. Which is very important in the late game. Alright. Alright, let me check something. Okay. We're back. We're back in black. Actually. Alright, we are on the carousel. Lemko noob player, which is Hoshi. Whitey. Those players are picking first because they are holding on to their deal life with 6, 13 and 15 HP. And everybody is dropping lower and lower as they feel the wrath of the unkillable Demon King Slicks, who got killed. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. He got stomped last round, going last place, but now he's back stronger than ever. And everybody has to suffer for his fuck up last round. I'm again memeing. I feel like I have to say this. Because I'm jerking off way too much on the fact that Slicks went last round. But if you have been playing ranked versus Slicks, like I've been playing over the last weeks, and if you have been commentating all these tournaments where he takes win after win, you would understand my position where I'm really happy when he goes last place. I think this is warranted. I don't think I'm in the wrong here. I think I've earned the right to hate on Slicks. In a friendly manner. I'm very biased against him. But I think it's fair. I don't know, let me know. There he goes. Finds the gorilla in the end. Lucky, or you could also say bad luck that it took that long. He finds it in the end. I don't know how many other players are contesting him. I wouldn't assume too many. because at this point you're gonna be on the back foot against him. Always remember this, guys. If 2 or 3 people contest the same composition, for example 7 Earth, one person is gonna have a very good time. The other person are gonna have a very bad time. So if you're going for Earth, you're locking in, you're hard committing, you see somebody else that's going for Earth, well, you are in a direct duel and you better make sure you win that duel. So you gotta make sure, hey, this guy hasn't rolled yet. I'm gonna roll before him. I'm gonna take all the units away from him. And that's often a very important thing to do. Especially if you're going for those stage 3 mud units, for example. Be the one that rolls for them first. And it's kind of like contest of chicken or whatever you want to call it. Like, the longer you wait, the more income you get and the better economy you get. But the higher the chances are that your opponent finds them. So it's a very interesting dynamic, I think. There's just no way anyone takes down this Forest. I think now he's gonna slowly find those foes and slowly build to his final win condition, which would be a Phosphorus stage 3 right here. With this augment, with these buffs, and with this team, I don't think that's definitely gonna be a huge win condition for him. Maybe there is 4 Invokers with Colossus that could stand in the way of him. But other than that, I don't see anything really succeeding. We have seen the Rampfire beat the Phosphorus last round, but this Phosphorus is on another level with those augments. We see almost the same augments on the right plans right there. The legendary lifesteal augment, the legendary caster, like of attack damage caster augment, and then this one that drops aggro. Temporal something, I keep forgetting the name. But 50% you drop aggro, so it gives you a second life, basically. And again, this positioning with the extra attack range from the Ranger, look at that. It hits 4 units right here. And again. Oh, there he goes. All it needed was 1 charm and 1 cast from the Synod. And that's what I said earlier. Maybe Invokers plus Colossus, like those big bulwarks and those big casters, could actually be the downfall of Slicks when it goes down to winning or being second place. But here comes the Ranger, absolute powerhouse. Staying in backline because it has this extra attack range and able to finish it off. And Slicks will stay on his win streak, 17 games and counting. Getting an auto Raider now. He's gonna... Who are you gonna remove for that? There is also the monk here, and slowly but surely now we have 3 monkeys on the board, 3 mud right there. But there is no water unit on the board actually that he could make for mud, which could be stronger than Free Bloom. But since he's playing around Phosphorus very heavily, probably Free Bloom is the way to go anyway. And he would have to bring in something like a Flood or something, some water unit to bond the Ranger with to get mud, which is usually kinda... It feels clunky. Right, let's see it here. We got a Ryplans and an enemy forest. And this Ryplans has all the augments that you want on him. Let's see the damage. 1, 2, untargetable. And 3. Actually, the Ryplans was stunned for the full duration that the forest was untargetable. So the Ryplans was just sitting there, sleeping, waking up, kept going at forest, and really bad luck here for Slicks that this stun outplayed his augment. And there he goes, 17 games, win streak. I think one of the biggest win streaks I've seen in any tournament I've hosted or watched or played in. So big shout out to him after losing the first round, going last place in the first round of the grand finals of the Phantom tourney right here. He's able to pull out a 17-game win streak and actually make a huge comeback, and we're gonna see if he is able to pull off a win, or if Sota or Lemko right here are gonna be in his way. Alright, I said I would stop memeing about it, but I can't. You guys will just have to live with this. Quick look here on the spreadsheet. Who won last round? Lemko! So actually, if Lemko is able to pull off a win back-to-back, we're gonna have a 2-game grand finals right here. These players have been playing, I think, 4 games already, so it wouldn't be the end of the world They would definitely appreciate it. They are all tired. They are on the edge of their seat, giving it all in this grand finals. But yeah, if somebody's able to do back-to-back in a small tournament like this, I think it's very well deserved to take home the victory right there. So, yeah, I'm rooting for Lemko right here. Definitely deserves it. Is on a win streak. He is on 6 life though. He is on his last life. One more lose will cost him this game, and then we will go to a game number 3 where everybody is going to be able to take it home with a win. Not everybody. Everybody that's above 8 HP will be able to take it home with a win in the 3rd game of the finals. So this is going to take maybe, like, I would say 5 to 10 minutes, and we're out of this game, and we're going to go into another ad break. Hopefully I get another food delivery for that. And then we're going to have the last game in the finals. Thank you everybody for tuning in. By the way, big shout out to Illuvium for sponsoring these community tournaments over and over and over and over and over again. We have had countless of grassroots tournaments because Illuvium sponsors them. Illuvium is giving us money to give out to the community, give out to the players in these tournaments, and really is focusing on creating these grassroots tournaments, which I think is one of the big reasons there is so many die-hard fans in Illuvium. Love to see it. Big shout out to them for really focusing on the community in every way, shape or form possible. And it shows. It has been very successful. A very successful strategy so far, and we'll see how far it can get them. And it can get us. Alright, what are we looking here? Slicks is looking to find this final win condition, which is one more foe or one more Scarabog. He's very close to a tier 5 stage 3 unit, which will be crazy and which will seal the deal. So that's the beauty of having such a big lead through this win streak. He's able to have enough time, have enough health to actually find all these tier 5 stage 3 units. I think you should drop the other right here. Dorius is not gonna happen. He would like to knock out Lemko right now. He knows that Lemko is the only one who can win this tournament right here. So he needs to take him out right here. And this right lance cannot be allowed. Okay, here we have the untargetable. Swaps over to this guy, goes back. Charm away, and yes, this Ripens is just outperforming the Forus. If this would become a Phosphorus, it would be way worse, and this is gonna happen. We're either gonna see a Goliath, a Phosphorus, or both of them. But for now, Lemko takes another hit, or inflicts another hit to Slicks right here. Stays alive with 6 HP, and Sota takes a loss. So I feel like this is gonna be decided between Lemko and Slicks, but yeah, Slicks. Here is this. Oh, missed. Someone has to take this away from Slicks. Mystic. He has Mystic. Oh, Slicks. Oh my God. Slicks is gonna get Titanor and Mystic with one go, and he is very happy about this. This is spell. This is gonna spell doom for Sota and Lemko. This is the win for Slicks right here. Sota and Lemko were not paying attention to Slicks' win conditions. And he will find a tier 5 stage 3 plus a Mystic activation through the carousel. And he is very happy about this. Yeah, we're gonna make this Titanor a Mystic. Also, the Apon is already Mystic, so now Mystic is also activated. And yeah, the Titanor with 8 Earth, 2 Granite is gonna be an absolute monster to chew through. And I don't think Lemko or Sota have a chance of beating Slicks right here after this blunder on the carousel. And we're gonna see who takes down 2nd place, or who takes home 2nd place for the 2nd game. And I am jinxing Slicks right here very consciously, but let's see. We have the final match here for second place, I believe. And we also have another food delivery. What a life. Tournament and tacos. Love to see it. Thank you very much. And who takes home third place? Who gets second place? Let's see it. There's no chance someone takes down Slicks anymore. And we have Lamco in third place. Sota finishing in second in just one match. And then we're gonna go to a break and see how the third game unfolds. Let's see it. He's not gonna go for Ardorius. He knows he doesn't have the money for it. He's just gonna find his Forest. This Ardorius is also... It's not gonna come in at all, I believe. So he could just sell it and keep rolling. I'm not sure why the Squiz is here. Because his enemy is not going for Ophisto, actually. Maybe Ophisto is the only guy who could still beat Slick. So he's just gonna make sure that no shenanigans happen here. Because he already has a dual left, right? So this is a big laser shrimp. And definitely very scary for Slicks right here. But we have the in-one. Nobody is ever gonna kill that Titanor. And it's just GG at this point. He didn't even need to find the Phosphorus. It's just impossible. I mean, the dual F is trying his best, right? But there's just not enough time in the day. There's just not enough energy in the day. Look at that. What a huge cast. But that's gonna be it. Slicks taking it home. Sota second place. Lamco in third. And we're gonna go to a third and final match in the tournament right here in the grand finals. Enjoy some more Illuvium trailers. All of these trailers are, by the way, outdated. So take a break, get a drink, get a snack. We're gonna be with the final game right here, right back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you in a second.
Beyond Wave 3 is kicking off on November 21st, and a whole host of new features are coming with it. The album is getting a major overhaul and a fresh new look. And with Beyond Wave 3, you will be getting a new personal progression page that keeps track of your journey and which rewards you are close to unlocking. New stretch goals and rewards will also be introduced with Beyond Wave 3. With new community and personal stretch goals featuring emotes, battle boards, drone blasts, and exclusive Illuvatars, we will also be introducing a new reward system. Instead of relying on a number of disc spot, we will rely on a point system. Every standard disc will give you 1 point, every mega disc will give you 6 points, alpha standard discs will give 3 points, and alpha mega discs will give 27 points. This way you can see an updated point score with every disc that you open. We're also excited to introduce new leaderboards and rewards. The Set 1 leaderboard will see an increase in rewards, and we're also introducing a wave-specific leaderboard that will last the entire wave. Over 3 months of competition, players will be vying for a growing prize pool that will reward the top 250 participants by the end of the wave. As more ETH is spent, the prize pool will continue to grow, creating a substantial reward everyone will be excited to compete for. We will also be crowning a wave winner, who will receive a special, one-of-a-kind Illuvatar to commemorate their achievement. For full details, be sure to check out the blog post linked below. Wave 3 brings a ton of new changes to Illuvium Beyond. So get ready, Rangers. Wave 3 is kicking off on November 21st.
Len, Black Heel insists we set course for Illuvium.
But I can feel it. This is Illuvium.
Scans indicate a dead planet.
Activate scouting vessel.
Captain, if the control unit is lost, there's no going back. Please, relinquish the control unit.
But they'll never know how wrong they were.
If you don't follow orders, they won't
All we
listen.
do is blindly follow orders. When will we fulfill our duty?
Your duty is to Black Keel.
Cole knows something I don't. I need to know how this ends.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
Officer Herc, let me resolve this peacefully.
Enough. She won't decide our fate.
Do it now.
Commencing decompression.
I'll be back.
Airlock reached. Stasis initiated. Unexpected malfunction. Brace for emergency landing.
Forgot to charge again, huh? How long? But he only just landed. Scan it again. Dead planet, huh? Cole was right.
The reconnaissance network isn't online yet, and Black Keel has cut all communication.
Starless void.
We'll find her soon. There's no way off this island.
Retrieve her control unit and rebuild the Leviathan.
To get started playing in Illuvium, you first need to set up your IMX passport. Click on Account in the top right, create account.
We are back in the finals of the Phantom Gauntlet Clash number 12, sponsored by Illuvium, hosted by Phantom. The best guild in Illuvium. Second to none. Got a shout out, give a shout out to Hype though. Great performance today in our tournament. Gotta give respect where respect is due. And we are in the final game. 3 out of 3 games. And there is 7 out of 8 players in check. So pretty much anyone right here who wins the tournament. This is what you want to see, right? Anyone here who wins the last game of this 8-point checkmate will, to 99% chance, take home the trophy, take home the money, and take home the glory of coming first place in this Illuvium tournament. Let's go into full screen. Let's pop it over to Slicks. And let's relax, see the magic unfold. By the way, guys, if you are a tournament player, make sure to have Discord Nitro and give me that stream quality if you want to be spectated. The only reason, usually not the only reason, but a big reason why I stay on Slicks is because he has the best quality. He's actually streaming in 1440 with 60 frames per second. So this is as good as it gets. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but everyone who is watching right now wants to just have the best quality, best video quality. So we're gonna flick a little bit through. We're not gonna stay like 100% on him this time, but yeah. We're gonna stay mostly on Slicks because he gives us that spectator quality that we need, that is coming very soon into the game client as well. The only problem then is my computer has to run on spectating, like running the game and streaming again. It's gonna get hot like a toaster. Because right now the laptop is chilling with just watching Discord. Alright, let's see the choice. Goes for Earth again because he has already a bunch of Earth units. Triple Earth now on the board. There's a Gorilla as well and he feels it. He had such a good success last game. He also want to take it away from anyone else who wants to go for Earth. So there's always... It's always like... I don't know. It's a win-win, right? First of all, you get the very strong composition. That's good. Plus, you take away the very strong composition from anyone else. And if I know one thing about Slicks, he's very good at contesting other people with same build. He usually finds a better timing to roll down and find those units. So yeah, we'll see how it happens. And we'll see how much scouting he will do. You love to see it. By the way, we have Brightland Steps as our final map of the final game. Which means all the players have 130 HP. Which means this game will last a little bit longer. There's gonna be a lot of crazy late game builds. The top 4 usually should have enough gold to find so many stage 3 units. And we're gonna see the creme de la creme of Illuvium late game builds right here. Because we already saw Phosphorus and Titanor and all of that. It's just gonna get more crazy now in this game. Right, focusing right here on to the Lynx, which is a early game powerhouse. Stage 1 Lynx right here is doing true damage, so he ignores all resistances, all flat damage reduction, and is hitting really, really hard. It's gonna get stunned here by the Groko enemy. Lemko right here having the double stage 2 Groko with a bunch of Earth units. So Lemko maybe thought the same. He was like, alright, Slicks likes that 7 Earth. I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna take those Earth units, or try to take them away, contest them a little bit longer. And it didn't work out. Slicks going on a win streak right here with his early Earth composition. He's not fully locked into it, but it's very likely that he's gonna go for that. And with that win streak early on, it's gonna get so much easier for him as well. He also finds his Arcos early on, which is usually also a very contested unit. Very hard to find. And yeah, there is the double Aegis. Once he bonds a... There it goes. A Bulwark to the Ranger. Here we have it. Granite Aegis already activated. And that's one of the strengths of this team. Or of Arcos, let's say. You just need a Bulwark or an Empath Ranger. And you get an Arcos so easily. And you're gonna have Aegis, which is gonna be so strong. Aegis buffs the closest unit. With like, I think, attack damage, health and everything. And Omega power. So this Lynx right gets bonus everything. Bonus stats from the Ranger and from the Arcos. And yeah, you replace that Lynx with anything that will carry you in the late game. And you are in for a good time. And this is what I said earlier, and this is my biggest suggestion to players at home who want to get better at the game. Write down, maybe just take a pen and write it down, or make a text document and write down all the things that you can get early on, right? For For example, Chuko right here becomes a a Predator stage 2. It's not something very common, but there it is. We have Harbinger on the Atlas. We have Arcalion with Aegis. We have Berserker with the Monk here. Those are all composite synergies that you can activate with your Ranger in the first 6 rounds, right? Which is gonna help you a tremendous amount. Alright, interesting choice here. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go for the stage 2, but we see Slicks going here for the Arcane Links, which I didn't think he was gonna go for, but again, Slicks is on the win streak. He's gonna push all his money, all the credits he gets, he's gonna push it onto the board and is gonna look to again extend this win streak and push from this very favorable position. Scion is a very good augment right here. I think it's gonna be one of the first to be taken. Yes, Lemko snacks it away right away. And I want to have a quick check with Lemko right here, who has won the first game of this Grand Finals and who definitely shouldn't be underestimated. He already activated Enchanter. So again, this is what really helps you in the early mid game. And also in the late game, you need this, right? You need to activate your Ranger and find a good fit with him and activate or her and find a lot of composite synergies that you can activate. What we got here? We got the double Grokkos, we got the double Enchanter, and now we got a Squiz in there as well. So I think what we are looking here right now is trying to find the Atlas, the Axon to get a Harbinger on board, and then going into... It's gonna be either a Scion Bulwark Empath build, or it's gonna be the Scion Harbinger Air build. And I think it's more likely that that's gonna happen. He has already the Scion, right? It's gonna be kind of decided. If he buys the Kuka right here into Vermilia, he's gonna look into a more air-heavy Scion build. Otherwise, he's just gonna go the classic Scion build, I think. Something that has been very popular these days as well at the ranked leaderboard has been 8 water Scion build. Like 8 water, 4 Scion or something. Super, super strong. So I'm really, really curious what Lemko is gonna go for. He stopped his lose streak of 3 losses. So if you do that, you definitely want to have something to back it up. So he pushes for level 6, gets another Atlas, trying to find the Axon, trying to get that Harbinger as soon as possible. And now he's also trying to get the 3 Bulwarks here, selling one of the Grokkos. And brings in 3 Bulwarks, 4 Scions already, 2 Enchanters. A very, very strong team here from Lemko. And he's gonna go up versus Sota, who has only lost 2 points. So that's very likely the first round. And from there on, he went on to a win streak. So this is very important for Sota to win. And this is also very important for Lemko to win. He want to build his own win streak now. He want to get out of the lose streak. And I do think Lemko has the upper hand here. Kukulus didn't come out though. Big cast from the Arcane Links into the clump. So this might turn around the pace of the game, but it looks very favorable still for Lemko right here. It is gonna be so close. Big Arcane Links cast here. Doesn't... Oh my god, look at that. Congrats to Sota, holding on to his... How do you say? Skin of the teeth? Whatever. He's holding on to his dear win streak right there and takes down Lemko with 2 auto hits remaining on his units. Let's swap back over to our win streaker. And we're gonna see how Lemko is evolving his team later on. So we have 3 people right now who are playing Stage 2 Arcane Links. And I think every Links, except maybe even Empath. I love to play Empath Links. I think all Stage 2 Links are such a strong powerhouse for the early and mid game. And same to Stage 3 Links, just even more. The problem they're facing is when it gets to the late game. At which point they kind of fall off. because those stage 3 composite synergy units are a little bit better. But overall, extremely strong in the early and mid game, and still very strong in the late game, those Lynxes. And yeah, Slicks is playing it, Soto is playing it, so the 2 win streakers, and then also Lemko is playing it right now. Or is he? Can't remember. I don't think he is actually. Look at that. Slicks has a new carry in town. It's called Gorilla. And if you ask me, it's a pain in the ass if you're playing Scion and this Gorilla just goes around one-shotting your units. Slicks, I don't think is gonna go. Yeah, he's not gonna go for that Lynx. Not gonna buy those 2. He's probably gonna sell this one soon to get to 50 gold. It would give him 2... There we go. It gives him... No, it doesn't give him 2 Scion either. He misses the TNT, which is a very core unit in this Earth build. Usually. You can make it work without it, but... Definitely a huge unit. Giving you Granite. He would have Granite already. That's another little composite synergy that you can activate early if you find the TNT. And that's why all these units are so highly sought after and so contested. Because all of these units give you those very strong early synergies that you can activate. Harbinger, Aegis, Granite, and so on. There's so many more. Predator. I haven't seen many people go for early Predator. I want to try that out, because then you can go early triple Predator with Chuku and the Gorilla. I haven't really seen people go for that. Predator definitely not what it used to be. Slicks here stays on the win streak versus Sota, who loses his win streak. And I don't think he's gonna go for the Earth module. Usually you have an easy time to find enough Earth units if you have a ranger weapon, but definitely a good idea, especially if he wants to keep the win streak going. Because getting to 7 Earth right now is gonna guarantee the next 5 to 10 rounds. You don't have to do anything, right? You're just gonna insta-win everything. But then again, no, you don't. You just need level 6. That's it. Boom. 7 Earth. Super high power spike here for Slicks. And he's looking at a very, very relaxing mid-game right now. So definitely a good choice to take that Earth emblem. I was thinking, like, in the late game, you don't really need it. You're gonna end up with 8 Earth. But that doesn't matter. If you get to the late game with a 20-game win streak, who cares if you have 1 Earth too much, right? Sometimes don't overplan for the late game. It's what I'm telling myself oftentimes. And not try to make something very crazy happen. Very exotic composition. Try to come up with something insane. Play the solid thing that's right in front of you. That's are gonna give you solid, consistent value right off the bat. Going for the defensive legendary augment right here because he is playing 7 Earth, which means you're gonna get so much more value out of a defensive augment because it synergizes very well with the 7 Earth flat damage reduction, the grid and resolve that you're getting. So we have 2 Aegis units. Who goes in between the Aegis units? It should be the Gorilla, right, for the damage buff. I think he might be forgetting about it right here because right now this Aegis Arcos is buffing the Grokko, who has a legendary augment, so maybe it's on purpose. In the end, it doesn't matter much because he's so far ahead just with the 7 Earth 2 Bloom that even if he gives the Aegis to the Apon, he's still gonna win here. And all he does now is find those small little power spikes to keep accelerating, but just build up his economy now. So this time it's looking different, right? He has an even better game than before. So right now he's just building up economy while win streaking. So he's in way less pressure and he seems way less angry. Because maybe the first game where he went last place is not so present in his mind anymore and he's now chilling, having won the last game and being on a nice win streak. Let's check over to Whitey right here. One player that you always have to look out for is Whitey. He's such a strong contester. I really like his playstyle as well. And he already has 4 fight on the board and 3 bulwarks. So it seems like he goes towards maybe even bringing in, maybe keeping in the Templar. Nope, goes out for the Ador. Fur Knight is not so famous or not so sought after anymore as it used to be. Getting into a little corner positioning right here. Beautiful positioning. I like it a lot. It's gonna get a little bit salty, a little bit spicy here with the Lolura though. Okay, we do have a little bug. I'm very sure we have a little bug right here. He's still in game. He's still streaming. He's playing versus Slicks too. Is Slicks hacking us? Let's swap over to Slicks to see what's happening. Oh, I defeated Whitey. It looked pretty good for him. Well, he seems to be back. Oh, that's Wolverine. Whitey seems to be back as well. I hope this was just a little fluke. Alright, who else is doing good? Let's look at the bottom players. We got Wolverine, we got Furies, and they should be on a big loss streak, or at least above 70 gold. Because you have so much HP to work with, they're still above 60 health. There is no need to stress yet. I say this, and I do very well know that there is a lot of reason to stress. Because this is the final game of the tournament, and there is Slicks up there on a win streak. Back-to-back 7 Earth, so I guess we know what we're gonna see the next few days in the ranked leaderboard. It should be very obvious for everyone to know what you should play now in the ranked leaderboard from now on. Or at least what you should be contesting, because what happened last time when 7 Earth was very dominant, people just started always buying Tetapi, right? Such a strong unit. Still is. People started always buy Apon. It's a decent empath in the late game, provide some CC, some sustain. And people just always kept on buying all these core units of the Earth build. And then nobody was playing Earth, but everybody was playing like 2-3 Earth units just to take some away from the Earth players. And once this happens, this is kind of how the meta regulates itself. Once something is very dominant, very popular, everybody's just gonna, you know, it's like, there's an Apon and a Tatapi. So they would just, look, 22 gold, 2 Earth units here. You just buy those 2 Earth units, nothing happens to you, but you screw over those Earth players a little bit. And that's what happened last time when everybody was playing Earth, and yeah, it made Earth unplayable for a time, because it seemed like all the other 7 players are ganging up against you. Just because they don't want to see any Earth players come out of this lobby. You know what I mean? Talking about a tough spot, Wolverine right here in last place with 9 gold. I don't have much hope for him. He seems to have panicked a little bit, throwing all his money out of the window, trying to stabilize, even though he is not even below 50 health. So he should have ride his credit, his economy a little bit longer, live off his income that he gets from 70 gold, and then panic a little bit later and use his money a little bit later. If he's able to stabilize now, fine, but I don't see it happening. Everything is stage 2 though. He's looking good. He has 4 fighter, 3 Templar, 3 Bulwark. Yeah, it seems like he's winning for now, but he might run out of steam. Let's see it. Maybe it's just, you know, stabilized now for a long time and he can build back up. There's a PvE round coming up as well. It's maybe not that bad, but it looks a little bit scary. Is all I'm trying to say. Because when we look over to Furies, he's at 70 gold and he's at 40 health. And even though he's also playing the same units. So I guess maybe Wolverine also saw him and decided to roll down and try to find all these units before Furies. Not sure. Not sure if it's worth it either if that happened. I would rather be in Fury's position with less strong of a board. So still some tier 0 units and everything. Also still playing Scions here. But having all this gold. Now he's gonna get the PvE gold. He's gonna put the push to level 8 with over 70 gold. And then he hopefully is gonna like roll down to 50 gold and really try to stabilize. Find his core units. Find that Horus, I guess. Find that Goliath. Fight that Adoredo. He didn't find the Arcos, which is very tough. Very contested unit, like I said. Like Slicks got very lucky in the early game. Finding the Arcos off the bat. And finding all these Earth units pretty naturally. Like he didn't have to invest much to find his winning strategy. He found the Earth emblem and so on. So it definitely looks like Furious is having a little bit of a tougher time. Didn't find many stage 2s. Would have to roll down for it, but he went the way of saving money. Giving up on the RG, bringing in Ramphy. And the Ace now. So we see a full revamp of the composition. Very interesting to see. Holding on to the double Scion with the Lynx and the Ace. Redoing his corner compositioning here. Goes to augmentize the Fern, so I think he's just running out of time. Enemy player has a lot of rogues. Oh, it's actually Wolverine versus Furies. That's perfect. Yeah, those rogues are not going to help you much versus the enemy rogues. I think Furies is going to take a big hit here and then roll down some money. I would like to stay with him till he spends his money, but we can also come back later. Oh no. It almost looks like Furious is winning here. Which would be terrible for Wolverine. Wolverine, again, the player who invested a lot of money to try to get out of his lose streak. And whew, he's winning in the end, but that was too close for comfort. You don't want to roll down to 0 gold on last place and then lose anything. That's when you're done. So Wolverine, still building a win streak here. Good for him. And Furious might be in trouble now. 33 HP, you don't want to lose another game. If you lose another game, you're getting very close to your last life. At which point, it's just a matter of time till someone beats you, right? The game is usually now balanced enough to not be able to do a last place, 1 life, back to first place comeback, right? That's not gonna happen. Alright, there's the Fern. We keep rolling. We see what we find, what we're gonna sell. Oof, that was very close to stage 3. He only needed 2 more rays. He also only needs 1 more Lynx, which is annoying to miss just 1 unit and not find it. It blocks up your bench. You had to sell the other thing, the ray. Like, it's so bad. The worst time you can have in this game is if you don't find the last copy for so long. Even though you're supposed to find it, right? If it's just bad RNG. Like, nobody's contesting you, but you still don't find it. Is he gonna... No, that's it. That's it. Down to what, 23? 17, last life. That's it. That's it. He should have pushed more. But also he ran out of time. He took too long. Now the Lynx has to go. Oh, I can't watch it. I'm gonna be backseating too much. I have to leave. We see you later, Furies. Big shout out to you. Great player. But not the luckiest game right here. Started to push his money a little bit too late onto the board. Slicks also got his first loss. Love to see it. There it is. We just missed it last game. Someone took it down. It was not Whitey. It was maybe... It was maybe Hoshi right here, who is having a good time. It seems like he's starting a win streak. Is on 94 health. Alright, Slick's win conditions. What is he looking into? He's getting a Malura, which on itself is not a huge win condition. He has already this Forest again and the free bloom. Well, no, it's only 1 bloom. He went into Granite now. He found the TNT. Has a Goliath now. So he has triple Granite activated. Prefers that over triple bloom. and remove the Lura actually from the board, and it's gonna come back once it's a Malura. And that's what I mean. Like in the late game, you're gonna have with a Earth Ranger and an Earth Emblem, you're gonna have more than enough Earth. Like right now, in the late game, something else than the Earth Emblem would be better, but hey, if it enables you to keep that win streak going for a long time, might as well pick it. Doesn't seem like he's finding a lot of mud units this time. He only needs one more gorilla to find that stage 3 gorilla, which would be such a huge power spike for him. He's gonna stay on level 7 and roll a little bit more here for this Malura, which comes in at level 8, and for the gorilla. Because if you go to level 8, you have 10% chance on tier 1 units, so the gorilla gets more and more out of reach. This time, the Forus is definitely weaker though. It doesn't have the crazy range buff with the True Sight and the extra range. It doesn't have those crazy legendary augments. And it seems like this laser is gonna spell doom. 4 slicks right here. Big stun coming in, but the enemy Rake hyperactive should be enough to seal the deal. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. That was Lemko, by the way. Lemko and Slicks both won each one game, and now are first and second in the lobby. So the favorites are on top there, giving it all. Wolverine finding a nice outdoor. Always love to find a tier 5 unit, the only one actually that is offered here, giving him 5 gold. Furies, as we expected, got knocked out. This happens a lot to me too. I save money, and then I don't realize, oh, I should have pushed my money onto the board 2 rounds ago. I'm actually a little bit late. And then there's not enough time in one round to actually use all your reroll money or whatever you want to do with it. And then, yeah. The game closes out on you faster than you think when you are on a lose streak. So maybe when you're still like 3 losses away of being on your last life, or 4 or 5 losses, you already should start to try to get out of your lose streak, stabilize earlier than you think if you don't have like a super clear path and are like locked in to execute it. And yeah, these guys have all played a lot of tournaments yet already, but you know, the nerves are always part of it. This is still about fame, about money, about everything. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head. And this really separates the best players from the really good players when you can those settings and tournaments not affect you too much. It will always affect you to some degree, I think, even the proest of the pro players. But if you can, like, that's in the back of your, far in the back of your head, you're gonna have a way easier time competing. And most of this just comes with experience, right? So if it's your 100th tournament, you're gonna have a way easier time keeping cool, staying cool, than if it's your 20th tournament. This is very much a skill you're not born with, but that you acquire over time, over practice. Alright, selling a lot of units here, changing his course, changing his path, rolling down, finding the gorilla again that he just sold. I think he's just giving up on the gorilla in general because he didn't find many mud units anyway. He's going for a different win condition. And he decided it's not gonna be gorilla. It's maybe gonna be a Gazier getting Mystic. And then maybe even an Adorius getting 3 Mystic could be something. His Ranger could also become a Mystic. So 4 Mystic could be another win condition Slicks is looking at here. Definitely the Titanor is really good. The Malura is still missing. Not going for the slapping for the second Vanguard. So we are gonna see how this evolves in the late game. He's now playing versus Hoshi, which I was curious to see what he's playing. Yes, he's playing the Harbingers, one of my favorite compositions. Let's swap over. to see it more clearly. I think Hoshi is not streaming. That is a problem. That is a problem we should try to fix. And I'm gonna try to fix it. Give me a second. Alright, Slicks had a little disconnect, I believe. Let's check over with Whitey. And Whitey took a big hit versus Texan. Where does Texan pull out all of these stage 3 units? Maybe we should keep spectating him because that's insane. Well, I say all of these stage 3 units is... maybe it's just the Blotto, but Blotto is such a scary unit to play against. It is just so tanky with 3 defensive augments right here. It is a menace. Let's see his full build. He's going for somewhat of a classic fighter build with Horus, Riptor, building Toxic, building also Aegis, building 4 Aegis actually with the Ranger, the Blotto, the Emblem, and the Arcos. So 4 Aegis I don't think is like as OP as other 4x synergies, but it's definitely huge. And yeah, his win conditions he's looking at is 1 more Riptor to find the right plans, at which point he also gonna have Berserker with the Monk here. He's also gonna look into a Blaze Knight to activate Wildfire with the Blotto. And then lastly, he might wanna even find the Colossus Cardulux. That's kind of what we're looking at here. He also has those Monk ears left on the bench. The string quality is not the best, but we just want to check in, see what he's doing. And I think, yeah, Texan right here on 75 points with a 4-game win streak is looking very, very healthy and very good to take down the final game right here. Who should we check out next? Alright, Hoshi is back up. Thank you for starting the stream, Mr. Hosh. Let's see what he's playing. He's building 2 Harbingers, 4 Scions, 5 Bulwarks. That is interesting. Oh, he has an Adorius. My man. And he's 2 units away from the Matu. That was a free ramp fight. Adorius, everything gets spread out a little bit because he's playing versus a Synalf, so you don't want to get caught in that laser, meaning he's putting his less important units on the outside, and his carries, his Synalf, and his Octius goes on the inside. Little redo of the augments, gonna give the Adorius the Verdant Emblem to stay alive after the first laser, so very good choice there. And that's gonna be interesting. There's 1 rogue coming in though. He didn't see that one. It is almost perfect positioning, except this unit, which is just gonna annihilate his his carries. You hate to see it. Sota, that's 1 nasty team composition that you build up there with a Scoriox, and that's what I mean. We have the Brightland Steps land map. We have so many crazy builds. We have a Scoriox, a Rake, looking into an Umber, needs 2 more dashes. And Sota, if he can pull off the dash, the Umber, he's gonna be very, very scary. Slicks was able to find the Malura, was able to find the Gazier, now has 3 Mystics with the Ranger, I believe. He's not gonna find the Adorius as long as Hoshi right here is in the game with his Adorius, but yeah, 3 Mystic, definitely scary. And he sold the Arcos for that. So went away from the Aegis build, which is, I guess, a little bit more early game heavy, and went into the Mystics, which is definitely late game heavy. Looking very solid right here. Still looking for a lot of units. Has a decent amount of economy. Decent amount of health. Not too shabby. Have we checked out Lemko recently? Let's see what he's cooking up right here. We have a Monarch with a dash, with Phantom. So we have 2 Phantom, 2 Invokers, 6 Scion. Oh my god, that's a crazy team. Granite for the front line here. We have 1 solo tank. Actually, 1 solo tank in the front, 1 in the back. With the Caradulo. And then just 6 Scions doing so much damage. So, very similar to the build that Sota is doing, where you have the Scions, but also a Rake for the backline. He's also looking at 1 more dash to find the Umber. How's Sota looking? How close is he? Oh, did Sota find it? Or do I just mix up builds right now? Wait, that's the wrong player. Yo, Sota also just needs a dash. He's rolling down. He couldn't find it. If there is even still one. Maybe there's no more left in the pool. Both of them sitting out on 8 out of 9 dashes. And they're praying for each other to die. But Sota would be the first one to be knocked out. So Lemko should now just save his money, I think, and wait till Sota is out to then find the dash. But this is as close as it gets. Lemko, Slicks, and Texan right here are looking really good in the first 3 spots. Sota is looking decently as well. And then we have Hoshi right here on the other side of Lemko that we're watching right now. With the Adorius. With also a ramp fight now. Just throw that in. Why not? 2 ramp fights all of a sudden. When did that happen? And the Phantom Rake. There is the other dashes. All the other dashes are locked up with Hoshi over here. And... oh, I'm so confused. There's so crazy builds coming out. Alright. Anyway, Hoshi loses this round. Sota stays on 21 HP. And Texan is chilling out in front with a win streak. Let's see his money. Let's see how much gold he's been able to rake up in first position on the win streak. Slicks, 3rd place now with 45 HP. Took a big loss last round. Maybe next time we should have split screens. When it's like the final 4, the top 4, we should watch both matches at the same time. Maybe that's a horrible idea, maybe it's a really good idea. Doesn't hurt to try, right? I think I've seen it in TFT and it was not nice to watch. It's just too overwhelming. Also, if we swap players too much, right? That's why I like to stay on 1 player. It's a bit hard. I do have to remind myself every time I'm going live in this game that I've been living and breathing Illuvium for the last 3-4 years. This has become like a second language to me, but it's not the case with everyone, right? I think I can still put myself very well into beginner shoes and into like people that are just joining, because also my content is a lot of guiding and a lot of coaching people, so I'm forced to put myself in beginner shoes oftentimes. But yeah, it's definitely something important to remember. Here we see the Rake on the Blaze Knight. Might be able to take him down, which will be a big hit to Texan. Almost was able... well, maybe it won't even matter. He found his right lens. He still has his Bloto. He is looking really good. Like, if the Blaze Knight doesn't carry it, then the right lens will. And who enables all of this is the Bloto, being so tanky that he never will die. As long as you don't make a big positioning mistake on Texan's side, as long as his Bloto is tanking, his main tanking, and his damage dealers are not all getting focused, Texan is chilling. And actually, he just kicked out Sota, right? That was the game. That was the round. It happened so fast, I didn't even notice. Sota is out in 5th position, which now means Lemko will find his Umber. He will find his last dash very soon. Oh my god, the stream quality is too bad. But he's on 0 gold, and that's what I mean. Lemko better should have just stopped spending money until Sota is knocked out, and then he has money to roll down for that dash, which should be easily found now. But he has enough health to probably find it still naturally, but yeah. Put his last shot in a little bit too slow. Too early. There we go. We tuned in at the right moment. Last roll here for Slicks. Finds a Titanor and a Phosphorus. And is looking very, very good. Versus Hoshi right here. Probably gonna knock Hoshi out with these huge finds. Huge win conditions here. Look at that Phorus. Hitting just 3 units. 3 of the 3 most important units. And this is just, yeah. It depends who you're rooting for. If you're rooting for Slicks, this is a pleasure to watch. If not, this is rough. Look at that. That's not even fair. Look how tanky these guys are. What do you mean? They're eating 24 Phosphorus tasks to the head. The overtime is now gonna do it, but that was insane. Dude, Hoshi could have played this game forever if the overtime wasn't there. God damn. I'm very curious how we're looking now. Yeah, it's not Granite anymore, it's Bloom. Wait. Ranger is actually Granite. It could be 4 Bloom. Isn't 4 Bloom way better than 3 Granite, 3 Bloom? Like, 2 Granite, 4 Bloom must be way better, right? Especially because Phorus is your main carry. Phosphorus. Oh, but he goes for the 3 Mystic and he doesn't have a Nature Empath to bond. So he prefers 3 Granite, 3 Mystic over 4 Bloom. Which is fair. You do want to activate both synergies of your Ranger. But that probably means he should save up to level... Well, his money went into his tier 5 stage 3 units, which are not even doing that good versus Texan right here. Texan Riplands has been such a strong unit in this finals. It almost won the game last round. It almost won it this round. But it's not. Titanor is just too tanky. The problem at this point is not even the Phosphorus. It seems to be Titanor. I don't know if Texan has anything that he's still looking forward to complete, but it's gonna be tough to break this Titanor. Titanor is such a huge win condition because it gives you almost infinite time for your damage dealers to seal the deal for you. Yeah, the problem really is he has still 55 golds, but there is no more Phorus. He can't get a Phosphorus. So, and that's what I mean. If 2 people are going for the same unit, in this case, a Phosphorus would be game-changing for Slicks and for Texan. And Slicks maybe realized that earlier and rolled down his gold to find it, instead of Texan holding on to it, and now he has gold, but no units left in the pool to find. Because what are win conditions here? He cannot get Malura. He cannot get an Archelion. He cannot get this guy either. Like, what are we looking at? Maybe, I guess, level 9 is the only thing that's gonna change anything here. But at this point, what are you even getting with level 9? I'm not sure. I'm really curious what Texan comes up here with, and he's gonna try to seal the deal with. He's gonna be up versus Lemko, with who finally found his Umber, has the Monarch, who has Phantom activated. Wait, let me check with Lemko. Definitely has. Definitely also has a huge game going on. All these players have been playing absolutely amazing. Big shout out to all the players, all the 32 players who signed up, competed, and gave their best. You guys rock. Shout out to all the viewers on X, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Shout out to you guys. Without you, this would be not possible as well. And big shout out to Erika Gloom in the back, being our main admin for the first half and for the whole tournament, dealing with all the players herself, doing a fantastic job, keeping it all together and facilitating a great tournament. So big shout out to our staff from Phantom, Erika Gloom killing it in the background. But now we are in the final moments of the final game of the grand finals of the Phantom Gauntlet Clash number 12. It is Texan versus Slicks. And whoever wins this game will take home the victory and will have another tournament win to their name. At this point, I don't even think they're so much concerned about earning more money. It's more about the fame and glory. And we'll watch Slicks right here, who has pretty much hit all the units he wanted to hit. He has a Titanor. He has that Phosphorus. He has 3 Mystics with 3 Granites. Last thing he wants to find is 2 more Adors. At which point he's gonna have 4 Mystic. At which point the game's over. It might be over before that. Let's watch the Forest, which is the main carry right here. Texan actually found a Choton who took down the Forest. This might be the win for this round for Texan. Because the Titanor is really good, but if you don't have the damage dealer anymore, well, you do have still a lot of sustain and a lot of reflecting damage. With that auto radio back there, boom, another heal. And with that Gazier right there, oh my god, nothing is dying. Not even with the Wildfire from the Blaze Knight is still alive, and they cannot take down the Titanor. Is the overtime gonna take down this beast once and for all? But no, the healing of Slicks is just outperforming Texan's damage with the Granite, with that Titanor, standing strong, standing firm in the front line with Bloom. And I still have to question... Wow. There's the 4th Mystic. Oh my freaking god. He's not even showing it yet. That is so sneaky. He's redoing the augments already. And he's just gonna upgrade it very closely before the game starts. So Texan will not be prepared for what's about to hit him. It doesn't matter what's happening, right? As long as Texan doesn't find an entry into the backline and kills those 2 Mystics, they're gonna be stuck in the Titanor, and Titanor is never gonna die. Even if Phosphorus dies again, like he did last time versus the Choton, there's actually no chance that Texan can win. Slicks did it again! You love to see it. Gotta give it to him. Well played. GG's. Look at that. 4 Mystics seals the deal for Slicks right here in the Phantom Gauntlet Clash number 12. After a last place finish in the first round, Slicks is able to come back in the second and third round with 2 wins back to back. GG's. Well played. Love to see it. We're gonna check the spreadsheet in a second. I'm getting heated in here. I'm getting hot, but this has been a hot match. Whoop. There it is. I think we're still filling it in. Oh, we are filled in already. Erika is on the case. Again, big shout out to Erika. Doing all the moderation, all the admin work, all by herself in the back and doing a fantastic job with it. Cannot thank her enough and cannot say enough how happy I am with such competent team members in Phantom when hosting these tournaments. Alright, we're still formalizing the final score. And it's funny, right? Slicks has not the most points, but Lemko won, and this is the beauty and also the curse of the checkpoint system, because it matters more. Sometimes the last game's performance matters more than your overall performance. This is upsides and downsides. I would always take this hype moment, the last 101, and whoever wins it gets it. This, I think, just outperforms any other downsides that the checkmate format has. It would have been so weird if Slicks wins this now, but then Lemko in 3rd position still wins the tournament. You know, I don't know. But we have been discussing this a lot. I think in the future we're going to have a mix of checkmate finals and best of or Swiss finals overall in our tournament structures. But yeah. That's beside the point for now. Winner, Slicks. 2nd place, Lemko. 3rd place, Texan. 4th place, Sota. 5th place Wolverine, 6th place Whitey, 7th place Furies, and 8th place Hoshi. GG's, well played to everyone. We're gonna grab your wallets and your player IDs, and Illuvium is gonna send out the prize pool. Thank you so much for playing, everyone. Thank you so much for viewing, everyone. And I think we're gonna call it right here. I have to run. So we're gonna go without player interviews this time. Well, actually, let's jump in for a quick one, right? I'm sure our dear friend Slicks has something to say. Hello, Mr. Slicks. Are you down for interview? I'm not muted. Hello, Slicks. You down for an interview?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, well played. First of all, I said so many times that you lost it. Like I was living off this moment that you went last place in the first game. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I can see it.
And then great comeback. Really well played. Last game, like 2 games back to back, 7 Earth. How's it feel?
Yeah, it felt really good. I was so disappointed the first game because it was unplayable because I got 2 Empath emblems and a fighter one, and then I only got offered rogue weapons, so my spot was already doomed like round 4. So it was nice to be able to come back from that. It felt really good, but I was so scared when I saw Texan got Aegis emblem. I was like, I need to like cap so hard. I need to hit everything if I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah, you took away the Phosphorus, which was a big win condition for him, I believe. He found the Jotun in the end, and Jotun was able to take down your Phosphorus, but that Titanor, even without the 4 Mystic, was too insane already.
Yeah. 2 of those Tyrants and Bloom on it.
Yeah.
It was pretty much almost unkillable.
Do you think, because you went for, instead of 4 Bloom, which would have buffed your Titanor and your 4 Phosphorus, you think 3 Granite and Mystic and 3 Mystic was the better call?
Yeah, it's a lot better. 4 Bloom is pretty bad. It's one of the worst 4 traits in the game.
Oh no, wait. You could have actually, with the Adorius, you could have had 4 Bloom and 3 Mystic. So you would have just swapped 3 Granite, 3 Mystic to 2 Granite, 4 Bloom. Isn't that better?
I actually didn't think about the Adorius now when you say it, but you are right on that.
All right. Yeah, I didn't think about that either, but Adorius came in.
I still don't think it's better because the jump from 3 to 4 Bloom is so small, and the damage, like, this was the best case scenario ever for it, right? But I don't think the damage would be enough compared to the extra damage mitigation you get.
And in the end, it wasn't even close, especially after the last Mystic came in.
Yeah. That was so clutch because you know what happens that last round? The game ends after that, no matter how it goes.
Yeah.
So I hit it on my last roll down.
And we have talked a lot about it, and the best and worst case scenario for checkmate format actually happened, where you have 17 points and won, and Lemko has 20 points and is second. But it was
so good.
But it was the best case scenario because this final moments, you versus him in the final, like it's just, it was so hype. I was screaming, I was losing my mind. I love this.
Who did you cheer for this time?
I don't know. I was trying to be biased towards you, but I gravitated back to you. Maybe it's also your stream quality, which it's just the best to watch you constantly. So yeah, you won me back. Let's say it that way. I was rooting against you, but you won me back. It was lovely to see. It's just no matter what, if masters at a game or masters at anything, like experts at anything, are at it, it's just lovely to see. You put on a great show. Thank you, man.
Thank you for hosting also.
You're very welcome. And we'll see you in the next one, I'm very sure. All right.
Maybe with another name.
Sir. See ya.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right. And that is it for the Phantom Gauntlet Clash. I almost forgot the name. It has been a long one today, and it has been a great one. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you are as sweaty and hyped as I am, because this was just another treat to watch. I can't wait for the next one, either as player or as another host again. Shout out again to Phantom, to Illuvium, who make this possible, and to Erika Gloom in the back, hosting with me side by side. And to be honest, this time she did more than I did. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you for the contestants. Thank you to the viewers. Come over to Twitch, come over to YouTube and follow me there. That's where I do my main content. So everybody who is tuning in through Twitter, feel free to check out Illumination at YouTube. This is where I do my guides. This is where I do my fun stuff. And this is also where I do my streams. But you can also stay on Twitter. Whatever you want. Anywho, that's it. That's us. That's all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. See you in the next one. Peace!